Sipping and roasting, yeah, that's what we do. Set 'em up, knock 'em down, make that cherry glow. Whiskey and cigars, the gentleman's cologne.
Cheers, y'all.
Well.
That sounds like a party just about to begin, ladies and gentlemen.
Or something. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this fine radio program, podcast, and video extravaganza known internationally
Hi, Mom.
as the world-famous Smokin' and Toastin'. Our program is all about craft beer, fine spirits, and hand-rolled cigars. We will delve into all of those things today. And our program today is show number 451. 450 of these in the rearview mirror. And today we embark upon 451, which...
That's a lot of episodes.
It really is, and I would believe that it puts us somewhere in the vicinity...
Just north of halfway to 500.
To 500. Good. That's good to know.
Great math.
Welcome to the program. We are on the air across the United States, and of course we're available on all the podcast platforms and on YouTube, and we appreciate you guys checking us out, even though YouTube will never monetize us because we talk about that demon alcohol.
Demon alcohol.
Yeah, well, we will talk about the demon alcohol. In fact, we'll be tasting some demon alcohol today from True Anomaly Brewing right here in our hometown of Houston, Texas. We'll be trying their Redstone Feistbier. So a little.
That sounds fun. Yeah, I saw that can. I hadn't seen that before.
Yeah. Sounds like it's going to be good. I have not tasted it. From Nashua, New Hampshire. I don't think we've had this IPA on the show before. It's from Spyglass Brewing Company, and it's called Fuzzy Logic. It's a double IPA. Does that sound familiar to you? After a while, some of these IPAs sort of like run together in my mind. It's like, which one's...
Well, maybe this one will be a standout.
Yeah, maybe it will. I'm looking forward to it. Spyglass is a pretty reputable brewing company.
Yeah, we've had Spyglass on. I don't think we've had the IPA.
And speaking of reputable brewing companies, from Elk Grove Village, Illinois, and Mikerphone Brewing, not microphone, but Mikerphone.
Mikerphone.
We've had those guys' beers on here before. We'll be trying their blended Imperial Stout called Sir Blenzelot number 5.
Sir Blenzelot.
So
they didn't search real deep for that name.
Yeah, but they did search the barrels apparently because they mixed like 4 or 5 different stouts for this. So it should be interesting to try. And we'll be trying some spirits or a specific spirit on the program today because our special guest today is our good friend, Mr. Roberto Rivas Villar, who is now with Mezcal. Is it Mezcal Local?
Mm-hmm.
Am
correct.
I pronouncing it correctly?
That's perfectly well said.
Or as we say in white culture, Mezcal Local. So we're really excited about having Roberto on. Now, there are 4 people who basically work on this show on a weekly basis. There's Ian, there's myself, there's Terry on the Wheels of Steel, and then there's Adam in the sky who does the final edits and puts everything together. So there's 4 of us. I look at us kind of like the Beatles of Smokin' and Toastin'.
The Fab Four of
The Fab Four, yes. And I would be Ringo.
Ooh.
Just,
really?
Yeah. If for no other reason than he married Barbara Bach, who was just amazingly hot.
Yeah.
I don't know if she still is. I haven't seen a picture of her in a long time. I don't even know if they're still married. But Ringo,
But there is documentation.
the
of her
dude who
hotness.
sat back behind the drum kit, wound up with the hot chick. That's pretty cool. But Roberto, I feel like, is almost like the 5th Beatle or the 5th S&T person because he's been a friend of the show for a while. He's made us some amazing cocktails. But now you're involved with Mezcal Local. So before we get into doing any tasting, what got you involved with this particular Mezcal?
So
It was a job, dude.
don't money. It's not that deep, man. It's not that deep.
He said, "You want to pour mezcal? Sure."
Yeah. So, but you're a fan of Mezcal, right?
Yeah, I'm a big agave lover. Boom. I'm a big whiskey aficionado and geek, but
Yep.
I'm also a big agave. Both of them. I'm a big agave lover.
Well, I am too. It took me a little while to get into Mezcal because the smoky vibe, to be honest, it threw me off a little in the beginning. But I've learned to really enjoy it, especially a really good sort of handcrafted artisanal Mezcal. So looking forward to trying Local today. That'll be awesome. And I'm sure you could tell us about some cocktails it's appropriate
Absolutely.
for. Okay,
Yeah,
good.
it's
We'll be looking.
it's a great mezcal. You're gonna enjoy it.
All right, good. I'm looking forward to it.
Simple little cocktails that only take 5 or 6 days.
We also have, by the way, if you're listening, like in one of the podcast thing or on the radio, and you don't have visuals, it's not actually Roberto that we have in the studio today. It's Diego Luna from Andor, and you, honestly, you sound just like him. So for those who say we never have big guests,
Yeah.
well, we got Diego Luna in here. He's
Yeah.
he's a pretty big deal.
Remember
So
when they used to make the record stories for kids? It would be a book, and it would go on the story, and they had them for Star Wars. He would be the Diego Luna,
right,
on
you'd
the,
be
on
Diego
the
Luna
record version
in the voiceover booth for sure. Much cheaper to acquire, and just go here. We can't really pay you, but here's a bottle of mezcal.
Yeah.
That type of thing. So So anyway.
You can say that you work with us.
That's right. I love it. So, Diego, we're looking forward to the show today. We are going to be bringing you, some of the regular features that we enjoy here on the program. We'll, in just moments, bring you the drunken fact, which is something you can remember and then, spout it off at a party, maybe where everybody else is starting to get inebriated, and they'll look at you like, wow, you dropped some knowledge.
That guy's smart.
Yeah. Our drunken fact teaser headline today is a fish by any other name. Not necessarily a humorous teaser headline, but, interesting. You're going, what is that going to be about?
Makes me think of a fish called Wanda.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I just want to mention, my wife bought me for, I think, my birthday, tickets for us to go out, and the event was last weekend. Went out to the Smart Financial Center out in Sugar Land and saw a showing of Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
We did that last year.
And John Cleese was there.
Yes, we did that last
Oh,
year.
no kidding. So wasn't he great? Like,
Yes, it was a blast.
I just loved, he's very funny. He's not just funny in the skits. He's funny just sitting there.
What does he do? Does he sit and talk while it's going on?
No,
or
he
after,
came
before
out.
and after?
He came out before the movie and said a few things, and then they played the movie, and then he came out and answered questions and showed a few of his
I
favorite
think
scenes.
his daughter
and-
puts all that together for him,
Wow,
too.
it was great. I loved it. It was great fun. So I don't remember now why I brought that up, but because you said a fish called Wanda,
Fish Called
and he
Wanda,
was
yeah,
so
he was
great
in
in
that,
that.
yeah.
So great in that. Him holding that picture in front of him so he wouldn't be completely naked. Hilarious. So we'll get to that. We'll also get to drinking news, which is the most popular segment on this program. And our drinking news teaser headline today is when you really, really, really want a Slurpee. And we'll get to all of that.
Who doesn't?
Yeah, we'll get to all that coming up. Tell you about some cigars to watch for, and also on today's program, the most underrated classic cocktails. I thought this would be fun to bring up while Roberto is here, since he's something of a cocktail guy, and you can comment on how you feel about this list that we've
I love
that we
that.
found. So I think that will be a lot of fun. We've had a pretty interesting week, so we'll try to settle in and do an actual show here. We'll do our best. We also have a thing sitting in front of us that we refer to as the beverage of
beverage.
mystery, or to put it another way,
Hang on. I'm trying to get the right thing going.
There was a slight
It's
delay
not-
there.
yeah, slight
there's only
delay on
3
this one.
members of the Beatles now. The beverage of mystery. Yes, that's what I was looking for. Beverage of mystery is where one of us brings in a beverage of some sort. Sometimes it's a canned cocktail. Sometimes it's a seltzer. Sometimes it's a beer. Sometimes it might be even a spirit. Occasionally it's a Malort if Ian gets involved. So today I was the one that brought it in, so I'm the only one who knows what it is.
This has chunks in the bottom of it.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's
yeah.
very thick and confusing.
What do you do to it, Cruz?
I would say you drink it.
Oh, I was wondering about the chunks on
Wondering
the
about
bottom.
the chunks. Well, I know Ian always likes chewy things in his beer, so
I don't mind chewing my beer.
I thought this would be
I don't know
something
that I
that
would call this
You
beer.
and
you would enjoy. Yeah, is it beer?
It's beer adjacent. It's like a fruited beer.
You know what? It's like a wine based type, but like
A beer adjacent? I like that. I
Yeah.
haven't heard that
It's
before.
adjacent to those. You know what it kind of reminds me? Remember, what was the name of the?
No, this is actually pretty good. This is something like what what's it called? Ingenious Brewing was doing.
It reminds
Yeah.
me of that in the ones at Urban South, kind of like the
Urban
sour-
South, yeah, very fruited.
It's definitely
sour.
got. It doesn't have a lot of fruit up front, but once you have swallowed, that finish is
Oh, yeah.
like a fruit
Yeah.
explosion.
Yeah.
This is actually quite good.
You like
is.
it?
Yep, I
Wow.
like it. It's a little bit orangey.
What do you think, Terry?
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was almost more wine.
There's almost a little apricot in there too.
But yeah.
Yeah. What do you think this is?
Oh, there's serious chunks in here too.
I think it's a fruited sour.
Me too.
There is fruit in here. Is this real fruit bits?
That's exactly what I was thinking right away.
That
we
looks
may
like real
we
fruit
may
bits.
solve questions once Ian asked me the most
The
important
real question here
Yeah.
is that a beverage of mystery in your pocket, or are you just happy to be here?
Well, I'm
Dude,
very
if
happy
you pull
to
out
be
a
here.
skinny can, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
No, in this case, it's not a skinny can. It's a big, tall, 16-ouncer. This is from Weldworks Brewing Company. Their strawberry margarita sour ale,
Oh.
strawberry puree, and margarita mix.
It's
Interesting.
pretty good.
It's a strawberry
Yeah.
puree
Yeah.
in there.
Now,
I don't know that I would have pulled strawberry margarita out of it.
Yeah,
I
I
agree.
agree.
I
I can
taste now
kind of
the
understand
strawberry.
it now that I know.
Yeah, but I wasn't looking
but
for
it's
margarita.
pretty good. Like it's a fruited sour. It's
Weldworks is a pretty reputable brewery. We've had some of their stouts and other beers on before.
Is that available in stores?
I believe so. It says, keep cold, drink new. Dialed in beer, it says.
No, what's crazy that none of us really detected the strawberry initially.
Do you get it now that...
Or the margarita.
Yeah, now that we
no, I get like, but when I
it?
breathe out of the nose, I get like apricot.
Yeah, it seemed like more fruit than just strawberry to me.
But I did get some of the orange myself initially, and I think it was part of the margarita
Yeah.
aspect of it.
And just now I can kind of get a little bit of that margarita flavor on the finish.
I mean, it's no Orange Julius, but it's pretty nice.
yeah. Oh, yes, Julius. I like it.
Very nice.
Well, I think that one went over well. Then.
Yeah.
I think so.
Beverage of Mystery. Didn't we have a good one last week, too? We have two
Yeah, we
Couple
had
good
that.
ones in a
good
row,
beverages
yeah.
of
We
mystery
had
in a row.
that. Was a seltzer that was really good.
We've had some that have just been heinous.
Yeah.
They've been really, really
I've been
awful.
lucky. Most of the time, I get good ones.
Yeah. Well, if you were our friend Josh from Eureka Heights, you wouldn't be
Joel.
so. Or I'm sorry, Joel from Eureka Heights, you wouldn't be so lucky because every time he's on, we have like the worst stuff we can get. But
you gave him T.W. Samuels.
they make great beer though, and they are our show beer sponsor for this month on the show. I'm enjoying one of their Von Wolfhausen's,
Which is
their
brilliant, by the way.
which is their Feistbier, and I love where it says underneath. It says Feistbier is the best beer. So,
The best.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
it
that's pretty
says
good.
on the back, Pilsner, Vienna, and Munich malts join forces in this malty German Feistbier. Crisp and easy to drink, so you can
It is all of those
so you
things.
can eat way more pretzels, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah.
Pairs great with a little sausage.
We're working on getting
I'm
a
sure that's a double
sponsorship.
entendre.
Yeah. We're working on getting a sponsorship, by the way, from Kirkland brand peanut butter pretzels.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to go into Costco and not leave until they sponsor
These
us.
addictive little things.
Yeah, because we have a tendency to munch on those during the show.
Sir, if
so.
I just give you like 10 of those, will you leave?
or is
Okay.
it's either gonna be that or be like they're just gonna trespass you.
Yeah. He might as well give me the whole bucket.
Listen, guys,
because-
I got good news and bad news. The good news is we have a pallet of these pretzels. The bad news is I'm never allowed in there again.
Yeah.
All right,
I've been banned.
we got a lot to do on today's program. We'll find out what Ian had to smoke this week and more when we come back. Plus, if we have time to get to this, the world's most admired whiskey.
Oh,
Admired
even.
I admire a lot of whiskeys, so we'll have to see where that one goes. It's all coming up on Smoking and Toasting. We're all about craft beer, fine spirits, and hand-rolled cigars, and we will be right back. Welcome back. It's Smoking and Toasting. Our show is all about craft beer, fine spirits, and hand-rolled cigars. And Terry, if you wouldn't mind doing the intro, it's time for the
All
drinking
right,
fact.
and here we go. And now it's time for another Smoking and Toasting Drunken Fact. I can't technically run the music and the thing at the same time.
Terry's batting 1,000 today, but he just saved his whole career with that fanfare.
Yes.
So you're all right, Terry. You're all right. Our drunken fact for today, for show number 451, is about fish and the names of fish. Now, there are plenty of
Like
fish.
the band that's
No.
prattles on for a long time.
No,
and plays
no.
the same thing
And
over and over again.
I'll just say this right now. I've said this before, but I'll say it again. Sorry to you fish fans, but I have yet to hear a song that deserves to be 20 minutes long. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But back to fish, the kind that swim. There are, fish with pretty interesting and perhaps, not exactly, right on the money type names. For example, carp. You ever caught a carp? You ever eaten
Never
a carp?
caught one.
You're going to say something very similar to carp, but the letters will be rearranged if you try to eat carp because it's not good.
Oh,
It's not good. One of my favorites is monkfish. I love monkfish.
Named after the TV show?
But I guess. I don't know.
It's just a strange acting fish.
I expect to be served by Tony Shalhoub. I don't know what that is about. But our drunken fact for today, there is a fish with the scientific name Boops Boops. That's an actual...
Boops.
Yeah, that's the actual scientific name of a particular fish.
Wow.
And I probably should have led
Spelled
with this
phonetically?
one. B-O-O-P-S. B-O-O-P-S. Boops Boops.
Betty Boop named it?
Yeah, I probably should have led with this, though. There's also one called a hole hole.
It's a Hawaiian fish.
Although I think it might be a
They let
hole.
4-year-olds name these?
A hole. Well, think of how many different species of fish they are. You would run out at a certain point. Yeah. Hey, what are we going to call this one, Fred? Call it a hole.
It's like people letting,
What's with the
letting
names having to repeat themselves?
Yeah, I know. That's again, I think they're just really scraping the bottom of the barrel for fish names. Because all the good ones are taken. Bass,
Mackerel.
halibut, halibut's a great
Sturgeon.
name. Yeah, sturgeon, the sophisticated fish,
The sophisticated fish.
It doesn't sound like a very sophisticated
Yes,
fish.
it does.
So anyway, there's your drunken fact. Quote it at your next drunken party, and people will think you're amazing. Or either that, or they'll go and tell their friends, I think that guy called me a hole.
Or they're going to be like, boop, boop.
Maybe.
Boops.
Yeah, boops. So again, we know that these facts are true because we found them on the internet.
The
So-
internet would not lie.
Yeah, that's right. So there's something going on there. So, Ian, do you have?
I mean, they told me the truth about aliens.
exactly, and continue to. By the way, Ian, do you have any opportunity to smoke?
Fiero Timeless.
Oh, very nice. Now, I was a big fan of Timeless before I started boycotting them when Nat Sherman's parent company basically said they were supportive of all these ridiculously restrictive regulations on the cigar industry. But then Fiero Tego bought the license to do these, and they put them out now.
Started making the Timeless again. So this comes in at a 6x52 torpedo.
Nice.
A Nicaraguan Puro, so Nicaraguan wrapper, binder, and filler. The appearance on this espresso brown wrapper, somewhat veiny, box pressed, medium firmness with soft spots. Black and gold Timeless Supreme band, secondary Fiero Tego band. Pre-light sniff on this, earthy and chocolate, sweet coffee, some slight barnyard notes in there. Pre-light draw, I used a clip. Had a light draw, sweet creamy coffee, rich earth cocoa, and fruit.
Nice.
The initial light, Nicaraguan pepper waft.
Waft. Oh.
Waft.
So it wasn't a blast, but it was a waft.
Yes, you had to go like this a little bit.
Yeah.
Where you wafted your hand towards your face to
And you're like-
really get the Nicaraguan
You're like,
pepper.
Nicaraguan pepper.
It's a Nicaraguan
Nice.
pepper waft, nutty and spicy, citrus, and coffee right off the top.
Oh, sweet.
The first third of the sweet, creamy coffee and cocoa, followed by spicy pepper and citrus. Underlying nuttiness is the foundation on which all the other flavors rest. Retro hail is peppery and woody. Solid ash, good burn. proposed pairing on this. Due to the complexity of it, I thought something like a golden ale, like Buckle Bunny from our own Eureka Heights, sponsoring this month. Also something whiskey-wise, I thought something that had a little bit more delicacy to it and a little fruit to it, like a Glenlivet, like a 12-year-old, just simple.
Nice.
Simple, something like that. The second third of this starts in nutty and woody, provides a backdrop for spicy pepper and cayenne, citrus, sweet cocoa, and coffee are consistent throughout. Hints of toast appear, and my cigar went out.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
That's not good.
It had no relight penalty whatsoever.
That's good.
The Retro Hill is peppery and woody, solid ash, good burn, other than it going out. Citrus and wood notes move forward in the last third of this. Interest to the spicy pepper and mocha. The underlying nuttiness and toast keeps everything grounded. Retro Hill is peppery, nutty, and citrus, solid ash, good burn. Price to quality at $12.50. It's a solid $5.
Oh, nice.
It's a great cigar.
And this was, what size cigar was this
Classic.
again?
This was the 6x52 torpedo.
Okay, so you got a nice little
Yeah, it was a pretty good
nice
smoke.
little smoke for the money. Well, that's awesome.
And the only hitch being that it went out the one time and it lit back and just never.
I don't mind having to, tend a cigar a little bit as long as there's no penalty for it.
The
and
relight was
harshness.
just flawless.
And as long as it doesn't kind of take over your life to tend the cigar. Interesting. I had a pretty interesting smoke this week. I'll tell you about that coming up. Plus, Roberto Rivas Villar is here, and we'll taste some beers coming up next. It's Smoking and Toasting. I just love that sound. That sound just warms the cockles of my heart. And I wasn't even sure my heart had cockles until I heard that sound.
Until you heard
and
that
realized
sound.
that they were being warmed at that very instant.
What is that warmth I feel?
It's the cockles.
The cockles and the subcockles of your heart.
No soap cockles.
Welcome back to Smoking and Toasting. Our show is all about craft beer, fine spirits, and hand-rolled cigars. Ian is pouring a craft beer right here, which we will taste in just a moment. Let me tell you about the cigar I had the opportunity to smoke this week. It was the Foundation Cigar Company's Doble Corona, which is called the Tabernacle.
The
Which
Tabernacle.
sounds very
One of my
prestigious.
favorite cigars.
Is it really?
One of my.
So you're
has-
familiar with this, huh?
Oh yeah.
Well, Foundation Cigars, the Tabernacle, has links to two of the giants of the cigar industry.
Yeah.
Brand owner Nick Melillo launched Foundation Cigars back in 2015 after he spent more than 10 years in Nicaragua working and procuring tobacco for Drew Estate. So that's pretty big. And then there's the fact that the Tabernacle itself is rolled and crafted at a factory in Esteli owned by some guy named AJ Fernandez.
You don't know anything about that
I don't know
guy.
if you've heard of him, but
Who's that guy?
Yeah, who's that guy? The Tabernacle, named for the structure that is supposedly the home of the Ark of the Covenant, uses a Connecticut broadleaf wrapper draped over a San Andres binder. Excuse me, and Nicaraguan and Honduran long fillers. Sidebar. Speaking of the Ark of the Covenant, isn't it amazing that the studio that made the original Raiders of the Lost Ark movie, that holds up so incredibly well after all these years, is also the studio that ruined the entire franchise by casting Shia LaBeouf as Indy's only son? At least they came to their senses and killed him off. But that's not important right now. Back to the Tabernacle. The pre-light sniff revealed notes of dark coffee bean and some pepper with something that reminded me of grapes. Not the sweet green grapes, but those more pungent purple ones that are so incredibly delicious. The Doble Corona is a big cigar, 7 inches long with a 54 ring gauge. Once I added flame to the equation, the Tabernacle wasted no time in heating up my palate with rushes of flavor. I was very proud
It's
of
a
that
very
sentence.
eloquent way of saying it smoked better once I lit it.
Yeah, exactly right. It wasn't a Nicaraguan pepper blast per se, but the initial rush of flavor notes was honestly a bit like bitter black coffee with some leather and charred oak on the finish. To be honest, I wasn't sure how much I was going to like it after the first few puffs because of that sort of bitterness, but it pretty quickly settled down and locked into a flavor groove that was very woody, again, the charred oak, and gave off notes of leather and dark fruit. From the beginning, the Tabernacle was medium to full in body and strength. Now, around the beginning of the second third, I started to get some of those familiar AJ Fernandez flavors settling in. Notes of dark, loamy earth and cocoa powder, along with a slight pepper tang. Not as peppery as an AJ New World, but definitely was there. Strength rammed up to full-bodied in the first third. And while I've always noted that it's difficult to get a Connecticut broadleaf wrapper to burn evenly, the construction on the Tabernacle was fabulous, with a reasonably straight burn, as you'll see in some of these pictures here if you're watching on video, and a solid ash pretty much all the way through. Final third, more earth and more unsweetened cocoa powder, with flourishes of dark fruit, pepper, and even a creamy note. Strength was pushing the upper limits of full-bodied, making me want to use a Spinal Tap joke and say it goes to 11, but with the release of the Spinal Tap sequel, that joke is getting way overexposed in the press, so
Yes.
I'll just say this is a full-bodied cigar. Suggested pairing. Nice snifter of Eagle Rare. Frankly, Eagle Rare goes pretty well with just about anything, but its bourbon sweetness works really well with the full-bodied goodness of this cigar. Overall, I really enjoyed the Tabernacle. In fact, I'd go so far as to say it's one of the best full-bodied cigars I've had the pleasure to smoke in some time. It is not cheap, coming in at $13 to $15 a stick, but it smoked for almost an hour and a half. And to be honest, it was a very pleasurable smoking experience. Price to quality at $15, a very solid 5, but it is not for newbies. And you may want to have a nice solid dinner first, even if you're
Right.
a little more experienced. So you mentioned you like this cigar. Would you agree that it's full-bodied?
Oh, yeah. It
That
is full-bodied.
That it's all the way, that it pegs the needle on the strength
Yeah.
meter? Yeah. Okay, cool. I love that you... So this is the first time I've ever smoked one of these, and I was very impressed. I love that that's
very,
when you...
very. They have another one. Was it the red label one?
They have... Foundation has several different
Olmec?
lines.
No, I mean, but the same.
Oh,
it's also a
they have the
foundation?
same. It looks the same, but just has a red label
Yeah,
on
it was the Cuban seed or something like that.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to check that out. I will definitely be checking out some of the other variations. I know they have one that is a Habano wrapper rather than the broadleaf, so I'll be checking that
I
out.
think it might be that one.
I've been really happy with all the Foundation cigar stuff that I've had.
And I was actually surprised that that's not a brand that I had really smoked before. We've been doing this show for a while. That's been a lot of cigars.
They have a good budget brand called Charter Oak.
Oh, yeah, I've had
Yeah,
Charter Oak,
Charter
and
Oak's
that's
real good.
also good. And by the way, when I say I've smoked a lot of cigars because of how long the show's been going, if you happen to be listening from my insurance company, by a lot, I mean the occasional one every month or two. Is what
Correct,
I really,
correct.
if you're with my insurance company. Because that, I think, is what I put on the application. Sure. So we've already poured the first beer. I have a feeling Ian may have already done some research. This is the...
I haven't yet, actually. I'm just now getting into
Well,
it.
this is the Feistbier from True Anomaly Brewing. We've had them on the show numerous times. We
So
love those
the
guys.
nose is really light.
It'd
But
be
it's
interesting
really
to see
sweet.
how it compares with the Feistbier from Eureka Heights. That's our show beer.
Oh, I like this.
This is this has got a malty snaz
this
on
is
the finish.
Great body.
This is malty to the point of a slight bitterness, even like
Yep.
overly roasted malt, almost like a burnt caramel kind of finish to it. It's really, really good.
It really is.
There's a slight bitter to it, like an ESB has.
Ian's a guy
Yeah.
that loves malty beers. That's I like hoppy beers. Ian loves malty beers, but I got to say this is right on. I mean, it is spot on, delicious.
It's malt-tastic. Almost got beer out of Roberto's nose that time.
We got to 451 shows before any of us coined the phrase maltastic.
It's malt-tastic.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and join us next week when I will coin the phrase "Hoppapalooza." I've always had a problem with things that claim to be a palooza that were not the actual Lollapalooza music festival. That's okay for them; they came up
Yeah,
with it.
that's right.
But you don't get to say you're having a Ford truck palooza. I'm sorry. I don't care how many of them you're selling or how good the prices are. It just
Not
doesn't
the same.
work. It's not the same.
One of the beautiful things about my friend Cruz is you never really have to ask him what he's thinking.
It's called absence of a filter. Is what
He
it's
has,
called.
he has what we like to refer to as throughput.
Yeah,
I can
it's
relate.
I'm digging it. But I'm digging this beer.
It's really good.
Super hard. This is
Yeah, it's
True
very
Anomaly.
nice.
Again, we've had these guys on. They are based here in Houston, Texas. They recently moved
Texas
to a new
Brewery
location.
of the Year 23-24.
I don't know if they submitted this, but if they didn't, they should, because this is absolutely fantastic.
Fantastic.
Yeah. I love their hazy IPA, and they've brought in some specialty beers from time to time when they've been on the show that have just been outstanding, but you don't usually find those on the shelf at your local, beer
Every
shop.
once in a long while, you'll
Yeah.
find that they canned something that's pretty outrageous. One of the things I love about them too is, so I love malty beers, but I also love like Belgian style beers.
And they do really
They
good with those.
always have a few Belgian style beers on tap at the tap house at the brewery, and it makes me very happy. Also, they're moving slightly closer to my house.
Yeah, I think they've already moved. Haven't they
Have they
moved
already
in?
moved?
Yeah, you gotta go. We gotta go check them out at their new location.
Oh,
supposed to be
it
really
says
nice.
True Anomaly Brewing Company on navigation. Yes, they
Yeah.
are closer to my house
Yeah.
now.
So think about this: you could go to Ninfa's on navigation, enjoy an amazing Mexican meal,
Yeah,
and then go
head east just a little bit.
then go put away some Redstone Feistbier. That would be a pretty awesome combination. I like it, and they do have some of their specialty beers on tap when you go to True Anomaly. Some of the stuff that is harder to find at the stores. and stuff.
Also, since I've been by that facility before they open it, they will have parking. Their parking
Which is a
situation
big deal.
before was
Yeah.
abysmal.
Yeah, it was called Let's Uber over to
Yes.
True Anomaly.
But they will
honey.
definitely have parking.
Yeah, good. Well, they are terrific, and this beer is absolutely terrific. And I think we should probably go and stock up on
I'm
it.
going to
Five
drink it.
was a
5.7.
yeah 5.7. So
5.7%.
that's a little it's a little higher than the average
I
Feist
would
beer.
drink it floating down the river though.
I know you would. We know this about you. by
He
the
would
way.
do everything floating on the river.
Hey, just a FYI, I
He's
wasn't.
looking around. He's drinking, barley wine and smoking an enormous cigar floating down the river.
Just
looking in the water and going, "Oh, that's a boops boops."
Just an FYI, I didn't float down the river, but I was sitting on the river and I was drinking a nice light and refreshingly delicious dragon's milk.
Oh well, there you go.
If there's something that you know Ian won't like or won't do, just tell him you can do it floating on a river.
You know what you should do this year? You should fill out your tax return while you're floating down the river.
Yes.
That's what you should totally do. Nobody likes filling out their tax return. Want to mention that we have this. Do we have time to get into this here?
Yeah.
I think we do.
We do.
I wanted to talk about this while Roberto is here as well.
Oh, yeah.
Even though
I'm
he's
excited.
Even though he is into the mezcal these days.
No,
he's-
but I'm always a bartender.
yeah, always a bartender.
Always.
And always an aficionado of whiskey.
Always
course,
a bartender, never a bar.
Yeah. That's right. But an American whiskey brand, according to an article in Forbes magazine, has been named the world's most admired whiskey brand for the third straight year by their expert panel. And the brand is Kentucky-based Michter's.
Victor's.
Interesting.
Yeah. What do you guys think about that? The world's most admired whiskey? I mean, one of the things I love about Michter's is that you can get some of their really good whiskey without spending, gazillions of dollars.
Yeah,
right?
they're not terribly overpriced. They're not even hard to find.
Right.
Actually, you can find them
them
most
just-
places.
And also, that was the whiskey that was always. They must have done product placement because that was what they always drank on Ray Donovan, and I loved it. I loved that show. It was a great show. But no, Mikerphone is good. Do you
I like
think
Victor's a lot.
Do you think it deserves to be the most admired whiskey for 3 straight years? The most admired whiskey brand, I should say.
Well, I mean, any brand that is a good brand deserves the success they get, right? But I think Michter's is. I'm particularly a big fan of their toasted barrel rye.
Yeah,
Their bourbon
that's
is
good.
really good.
That's
It's really
good.
hard to find, but it's really, really delicious.
The annual list asked experts to name 10 brands that they admire in descending order based on the following criteria: quality and consistency of whiskeys in the brand range, price to quality ratio across a brand's portfolio. We should have totally service marked price to quality, by the way.
Right?
Yeah, they'd have to pay us for this. And strength of the branding and marketing. And Michter's was joined by Maker's Mark as the only American brands in this year's top 10. So the top 10 from 2025, Michter's was number 1.
Okay.
The Yamazaki was number 2. Hibiki was number 3. Number 4 was Ardbeg.
I like Ardbeg.
Yeah, Ardbeg is amazing. Actually, I was at an event from Ardbeg a few days ago.
Yeah.
Great. They're
How
great
much did you
people.
drink?
Not only that, I tried one of the very rare expressions, and it was phenomenal.
Yeah, I remember we were at an event. It's been a number of years ago now, but the Balvenie had an event that Ian and I got invited to, and they poured. It was either a 30-year,
It was a 30, yeah.
or a 31. I think it was the 30-year, and I got the opportunity to taste that, and it basically ruined me for all other whiskeys
Yeah.
for the rest of my life.
This one
It
they
was so
poured
bad.
a 25-year from Ardbeg was really good. They had a few really cool expressions.
Ardbeg came in at number 4. 5 was Compass Box. 6 was Maker's Mark. 7 was Bruichladdich. I have a little
Bruichladdich.
Bruichladdich. Is that how you say it?
Yep.
Oh, well, I've
So,
learned something new today.
Apologize, please, with his.
I'm going to apologize to the country of Ireland. or is it Scotland? Is Bruichladdich Scottish?
Scotland.
The Scottish.
Okay,
Okay,
I apologize to the Irish and the Scottish. And I can pronounce number 8. It's the Macallan. And number 9, I'm going to probably have to apologize to Japan for Hakushu. And number 10 was Lafroig.
Ah.
So, what do you think of that list? Is that
I mean, there's some good whiskeys on there. Yamazaki is
what did they leave off?
fantastic.
Oh, I mean that's when.
See, if you go for something like Whistle Pig, then you have to bring in the price to quality thing.
Yeah,
I mean,
so
it's
Whistle
good,
Pig's
but
a
it's
little on the
expensive.
pricier
Yeah.
side, I would
Yeah.
say. What about Glenmorangie?
Yeah, Glenmorangie, and
I mean-
they have some whiskeys you can buy.
They have
that are
expressions
not
in the-
that expensive.
Oh,
that
yeah.
are
$50
fabulous.
to $75 range that are so outrageous.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, there's so
Yeah.
many brands that could be included there.
Yeah.
Old Forester for me is a big one that could be
Old
there.
Forester.
I'm still nursing a bottle of that 10-year Glenmorangie that Terry got me, I think, for Christmas. It was, it's just comes in that beautiful orange box, which you don't want to open it, but
I
you really
know.
do want to open it.
I know.
Yeah,
I love it. I love it. I have one too, and I just love
But
it.
Michter's is awfully good. Anything else left off of that list that you would throw in off
that
the top of your
has
head?
to be on there?
That should be in the top 10.
I don't know.
Given the criteria, quality and consistency of whiskeys.
I mean, I would
the
I would
brand.
say definitely the Glenmorangie because just the price to quality and whiskey in general is so good. I'm a big fanboy of that.
How about the T.W. Samuels that we had?
The T.W. Samuels definitely deserves to be on a list, but it's not going to be on that list.
It's a different.
Mark my words, but I think Old Granddad is going to be soon in that list because of all the stuff they're doing.
You're totally right about Old Granddad, and so affordable too.
The 7-year.
Yeah.
Especially now that they have the 7-year.
All right, we got to take a break in which we're talking so much about whiskey, we may have to go get some, and we will be right back. It's Smoking and Toasting. See, the first crack of that, I thought it was going to be a little disappointing in the sound effect category, but no, it worked out pretty well.
You always have to add in that first try. It's like when you go to open a bottle, you have to clank against the glass just a little bit for the sound effect. You don't really
Right.
do this in real
Right.
life.
Right, exactly.
But you have to clank against it just to give everybody the full
And,
effect.
and it's important to go wiki, 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 like a DJ scratching with the cork. If
With the
it's
cork on it, yes,
yeah.
the cork on it.
I think it's very important. These are things we learn because here at Smoking and Toasting, we spent like 400 some odd episodes doing our own sound effects.
That's
because
800 and some, 900 and some hours.
yeah, and if you think about it, the fact that the company was too cheap to buy us a sound effects library actually kind of worked out because we got some really good organic sound effects of cans
that's true.
being open, and plus every time a can sound effect was heard on the show, a beer was being sacrificed, and that's an important distinction for us to make. But recently, the company ponied up and bought a sound effects library, and they said to us, "Okay, here it is, you guys. You've been bitching about it for all this time. Now you got one. What do you think?" And then we had to figure out a way to use it so that money wouldn't be wasted. So we came up with the idea of doing a sound effect of the week, and this is where Terry picks one from the sound effects library, plays it, and then we have to guess what it is. And sometimes we're right, and sometimes we're wrong.
Now, I'm
Ooh.
going to do this one, and it's actually going to be 2 effects.
Okay.
It's going to be 2 effects, but we're
Okay.
going for the same thing. We're going to get in the Wayback Machine.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to go for the same thing here. Here we go. All right. Here's what we got.
Okay.
That's the first part. That's the second part.
Okay, I was going to say like a coin dropping into like a vending machine, but then it sounded like a bottle opener.
Let's see.
What do you
Again?
think?
Do you have? Can you do it again? No, I know what that is.
And then this is what helps you know what the coin went into. Because it went through,
I know what.
and now you have to get it out.
Is it
I
a
know-
piggy bank?
No, I know. It's whenever you put the coin through something, it just goes out again into that
And-
metal tray.
And what was that it went through? That's exactly right.
Oh,
what
like a-
was it?
No,
Slot machine.
Bubblegum machine?
Oh, close. They don't have them anymore.
is it a
Cigarette machine?
No. Is it a public phone?
Boom! There you go.
Oh,
That's exactly
wow.
right. He got it.
I was going to say, by the way, Chris, they do have cigarette machines now. I just think the last time I was at a bar and saw one, it was like $15 for a pack of cigarettes.
Oh boy!
Did it take dollar bills or did you have to come up with
20s?
coins?
I have no idea. It probably takes blood at that point in time. Jeez.
So
Yeah.
that was a payphone. Now,
was a payphone.
So that second sound effect was hanging up the phone.
Was
that
the
little
it going
metal
through,
thing.
and it was the little door that when
Yeah.
the coin would go all the way through,
Ah.
and then like if you got your money
The little
back,
flippy door.
Yeah, you would have the little flippy
Yeah.
door. You have to put your finger
Right.
in there and get the dime back or the quarter back, or
and
the
then
50
and then
cents.
just as you're getting to the good part of your call, it's like, please insert 40 cents.
Does that mean that I'm taking all your beer today?
Yes, it does. Absolutely does. Speaking of beer, Ian's just poured some, and it's a very hazy looking IPA. This is from Spyglass
It is a
Brewing.
hazy smelling IPA.
They're out of Nashua,
Yummy.
New Hampshire, and this is their double IPA called Fuzzy
It's got
Logic.
almost an iced tea kind of on the nose, too.
Oh, you're right. I don't know if I would have
How
nailed
interesting.
that if
You
hadn't said
said
it.
Nashville, New Hampshire.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Why is
Because
what's crazy about
so
Nashua?
many Nashvilles like Hard Truth. They're based of Nashville, Indiana.
Yeah, no, it's not Nashville. It's Nashua.
Oh, I thought you said Nashville. That's
Yeah, no, Nashua, New Hampshire, which I've been to. Fun, cool little place. I like it.
This is a New England style double IPA
This is so
kettle,
good.
kettle and dry hopped with Citra, Nelson Sauvin, and Galaxy hops.
wow, it's really good.
It is delicious.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very well balanced. You can get that little sort of funkiness of the Nelson Sauvin or Nelson Sauvin, but the Citra kind of keeps it in balance and keeps it from getting too
It's
funky.
got a punchy and a malty note right in the middle that you just don't expect.
Spyglass Brewing. Well, there are so many great breweries in New England, and when I lived in the greater Boston area, it was fun to get to visit, not only Harpoon, but also Magic Cat. Who does Magic Cat?
Magic Hat is.
I drank so much Magic Hat when I lived up there. So
I'm blanking on it.
Isn't that a brand of fireworks?
I can.
That's Black Cat.
that's Black Cat. Yeah,
No, I can picture it too, and I'm blanking. on it.
yeah.
Right.
Magic Hat number 7 or number 9, whichever it was. I don't know. I drank more than
It also
7 or 9
says
of them.
live beer, drink fresh.
No, live beer.
Nope, it's live beer.
How do you know?
Because I like to think that the beer is a living thing.
Because they tell you drink fresh.
Like it's a living culture?
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe like it has like probiotics.
That's a
or
good question. I
something.
wonder which one they mean.
Yeah. I think it might be live. Like
It might be live beer.
yeah.
It might be live beer.
drink it fresh because it's live.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a double entendre and they mean both of them.
It could be.
Maybe they have
Those clever brewing
living
tricksters.
bacteria and organisms in there.
Yeah. Well, whatever they did, it's good. I mean, this is a double IPA. What's the ABV on this?
7.8.
So it's right in that
baby.
IPA.
Almost 8%. It's really, really good, though.
It's gorgeous. Gorgeous, mate.
Comes in the 16-ounce can.
Gorgeous.
Fuzzy Logic.
There's a little bit left in there.
I know.
There's almost a chocolatiness to it in the
You're
middle.
right on, and a little bit on the finish too.
It's so good.
You get. I'm pretty impressed with this. I would say if you're a hazy IPA fan, this is right in there. Go buy this. It's
is
got
beautiful.
it's got a little hop bitter on the finish though. It's not super sweet. Some hazy IPAs wind up the fruitiness makes them very sweet, and this is not that way at all.
No, it's a little bitter, not tart, but a little bitter. But finish is pretty clean. A little astringent, almost like leaving you want a little bit more. Another sip.
We call that the Doritos effect.
Yeah, it's pretty darn good.
But it has some sweetness to it too. Not only the, you know what I mean, like a little bit of.
That's because it's still alive.
I think that's it.
I'm
think
pretty sure
that's
it's
the reason.
live beer.
Live beer. Drink carefully.
I have beer.
Well, I'm pretty
You
impressed
can
with
hear
this.
it
No, it's
scream
funny.
a little bit when I
He
pour
told
some
he told
glasses.
us, oh, there's a little bit left over there, and then he poured again for himself.
Yeah, I love that.
You're making the sausage party reference where it's alive.
It's alive. All right, we have to take a break. We'll be back with hour 2 of the show. Drinking News is on the way. We're going to taste us some Mezcal Local, some artisanal Mezcal that I'm very excited about. And this is Roberto's new thing, so we're really excited to support you with this by drinking your Mezcal. It's what we do. We'll be right back to do it. It's Smoking and Toasting. Now that was less of a sound effect than I'm used to.
I didn't get the
from you.
scrunchy sounds. did
Yeah,
I?
that's all right. It's Mezcal Local. We'll be sampling that this segment. This is Smoking and Toasting. Our show is all about craft beer, fine spirits, and hand-rolled cigars. Speaking of which, Veterans Day is still a little ways away, but the latest release from Ernesto Perez Carrillo and his company, Casa Carrillo, is made in tribute to those who proudly served in our nation's military. It's called Battleborn. It's a limited edition cigar, and it is expected to begin shipping to retailers in mid-October, so not too far away. The project was inspired by Lionel H. McCoy, a 2-decade Navy veteran, petty officer second class, who served on an aircraft carriers, the USS Midway, Forrestal, and Dwight D. Eisenhower during the Gulf War and Operation Desert Storm. McKay has worked at Casa Carrillo's shipping. He's been their shipping manager since 2017. Battleborn is made in the Dominican Republic at the Casa Carrillo factory and comes in one thick size, a Toro called Warrior, measuring 6 inches long and a 56 ring gauge. It's intended to be a full-bodied blend consisting of a Connecticut broadleaf wrapper, 2 binder leaves, 1 Mexican, 1 Nicaraguan, and Nicaraguan fillers. It has a suggested retail price of $22 a piece and is limited to 2,500 dark green 20-count boxes topped with a camouflage lid. So they're doing the whole Battleborn thing, you know. Each edition, by the way, each set comes with a collectible Battleborn branded dog tag, and a band on the cigar's foot features the motto of the 5th Special Forces Group: forged in strength, built for honor, designed to perform. Now, Casa Carrillo recently put out an all Honduran cigar, and now the Garcia family at My Father's Cigars is shipping their new Honduran smoke to retailers. You remember in January, I suggested that this would be the year of Honduran cigars, and so far I've been proven right to at least some degree, and Ian just passed me a note. The list of 2 stories were from... The last 2 stories were from last week?
Yes.
Is this story from last week?
I'm pretty sure we did that last week.
Well, wow. Okay.
I don't remember that. I just thought because you said that someone was on the Dwight D. Eisenhower, and I had a friend that served on the Eisenhower.
We had so much to drink on last week's show, I may have forgotten what we did.
What
but
made it to air?
All right. Well, the heck with that. How about the newest cigar from Alec Bradley, the Chunk Shade,
I got 1 million of these.
which is the sequel to the Chunk Maduro. It's crafted in Honduras with a Honduran Connecticut wrapper, a U.S. broadleaf wrapper, and a filler blend of Dominican, Honduran, and Nicaraguan tobaccos. Have we talked about this one?
I don't think so.
Okay. It comes in short and wide format with a high smoke output. It's a fun and approachable cigar that rounds out the Chunk series in a big way, according to a brand ambassador for Alec Bradley. Now, I know you like these nub-shaped cigars.
I like chunky cigars.
Chunk Shade's available in 3 Vitolas. The XL, which is a 4x60. The 3XL, which is a 4x66. And the 4XL, which you can have floating down the river, Ian, at just $8.49 a piece, is 4x80. It's an 80 ring gauge
80
cigar.
ring gauge at 4 inches long.
Holy moly. They come in boxes of 20 for the 3XL, and the 4XL comes in boxes of 18 because they couldn't fit 20 in the box. So there you go. There's some cigars to watch for.
Man, look at the size of that cigar.
And if we told you to watch for them last week, and we told you again this week, it means you should still be watching. That's all it means.
Just keep watching.
Just
keep watching.
So, all right, fair enough. Did we talk about the world's most admired whiskey last week?
Yes.
We did?
Yes.
Did I do the whole list?
Yes, but you did it backwards last week.
What were we drinking last week that I don't remember that? And how have you possibly been able to remember
Yeah,
it?
'cause I didn't
and I
either.
didn't. Okay, Terry didn't either.
I
So in
didn't either.
fairness,
Yeah.
in fairness.
In case you're wondering about the live authenticity of our recording process.
We wanted to.
This is AI or live at work right
I
now.
also just want to point out I was trying to be subtle.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that, but I of course just read it out loud. So.
And I caught it on. I caught it on the camera because I didn't know what that was.
It was
so
a-
it's
it
just
was
a wide shot of you.
I feel like if I would have written "Do not read this out loud," you would have read "Do not read this out loud."
Well, I didn't read the part at the bottom where you wrote "You look especially handsome this week."
There's that.
At least I had some discretion there. Now let me ask you this: on last week's show, did we try Mezcal Local?
We did not,
Okay,
and that is
so-
brand new for this week.
So let's try doing that.
And it's a pretty new brand anyway.
Yeah. Now, Roberto, obviously, you just got involved with these. We've known you as a cocktail guy and a spirits guy, and you've been on the show a number of times. But now you're involved with this mezcal. How did this happen? How did you get involved with them?
So, a friend of mine, Juan Carlos from Socorro Tequila, great tequila, put me in contact with Jeronimo, one of the founders, because he needed somebody to help him with some education.
Cool.
Now, were you familiar with this mezcal before you were hooked up with these guys, or was that your first learning of them when they
I had
sent it to you?
I had seen it before and tasted it at some point, and I remember it being great, like on my memory, on my notes.
Yeah. Did you remember that you did the same story last week that you did this week? Because I didn't remember. So
I think you traumatized. You scarred him for life.
Hey, look, don't test me. I'll go back and do stories from 5 shows ago.
You know what's funny? Whenever you said the whiskey, well, before that, I said I'm a bartender, because I thought you were gonna do something about some cocktails or something.
Yeah,
like that.
well, we are going to do that unless, of course, we did it last week, in which case I'll find something else to talk about.
The stories are great because sometimes you get to learn, and sometimes you don't really remember, so you look at that. But I was wondering, can we redo the Bookers from a couple weeks ago, or the Rebel Yell? Or
We totally
something?
should do that.
Really-
That Rebel Yell was wildly good.
He really got scarred.
It's pretty hard to mess with me. So the thing is, Ian knows all the right ways to do it. So.
We didn't actually do those stories. I just thought it'd be funny.
And look, he's got me in a tailspin now. It worked.
Much like an ex-wife.
You know what seems like
he
a
knows
good.
how to hit that.
You must.
No, I mean, that would be an amazing way to mess with you. I was really trying to be subtle there.
And I appreciated it, and I appreciated the compliment at the bottom too. So I think a good way to get past this is to taste some mezcal. So
Yeah,
let's
On
do
the
this.
nose,
We can
this
drink
is
our way through
mezcal.
it.
Yes, that's right.
So
This is mezcal on
that's
the
how I
nose.
got involved with Jeronimo, and we hit off whenever we had our first meeting. We just it was one of the one of those times that you sit down with somebody and we had a conversation, not even necessarily about business, and I was like, "You're freaking awesome," and I would love to. And we started.
You vibed, yeah.
And we vibed, and he was like, "Well, you want to do more of this?" And I was like, "I would love to do more of this because this is something I believe in, and I believe in the story, and it's great product." And
Do you mind if I see your snifter there for a moment? Your Glenn? I just want to point out the difference in the pour for those of you watching on camera between Roberto's.
what the hell did I do to you?
Between Roberto's
It
and
was
mine.
Ian, not me.
Yeah, Ian's like he doesn't need any
I didn't see
more.
the pour. Look at mine.
mezcal.
Mine is even more disparaging.
Whatever.
Yeah.
You guys are gonna be able to. Hey, I was not the one who handed you that note.
See, I took him down. Now he's taking you down.
What?
He's closest to me. He's on my immediate left. So, question about agave spirits,
Yeah.
because in order for something to be called tequila, it has to come from that region.
From 5 different
the agave. It has to come from that. Is there a similar limitation for mezcal?
Yeah, it's a denomination, just like tequila, the mezcal name in a bottle, because in theoretically, mezcal in reality is anything that is made from agave.
Right.
That's any distillate from agave.
Okay.
But then the denomination of origin was born, so now you can only make it in certain places. And you can use the difference that you can use a lot of varieties of agave.
Okay.
In this case, we have an espadín, It's not only made as a traditional espadín. This is made in the style of pechuga too, without the animal aspect of it.
Okay.
So when people think about pechuga, they instantly think about animal like chicken, turkey,
Right.
rattlesnake.
Yeah, we had that Pachuga. Subal. What was it?
Yubal.
Yeah, we had that. And it was really, really nice.
Yeah. So people think about animal all the time, but now the term pechuga has come to become more of the style of
Okay.
where you suspend something in the distillation process. You have your oven and you have the still, right? And you suspend either an animal or fruits, whatever, and that when that distillation happens, you get that infusion.
Okay.
going.
Cool. I love it. I love it.
So
Well,
in here we use the heart of the piña, of the agave, not a pineapple. I gotta specify.
yeah.
And we use 4 different fruits. I'm not gonna tell you right now, still which ones, so you guys see what you think about it. I don't
Okay.
want to bias you.
How close is mezcal to tequila in the process and making of it?
Well, they go through the same process in terms of cooking, fermentation, distillation, bottling.
Right.
It's just that tequila has to use a very specific agave, which is blue weber agave, and it has to be made in 5 different places. It can be made in 5
Yeah.
different places. But I mean, they follow similar processes. Typically, with agave, with mezcal, the way that the agave gets cooked, it's in a pit.
Right.
What gives it the more smoky flavor than tequila?
Well, it's the cooking process of
The
the
cooking
agave.
process of
Yeah.
it? Okay.
And that's where the smokiness comes from. Is all mezcal smoky in this way?
Not really. The mezcal being associated with smokiness comes more from a gimmick of stuff that they started sending here to the United States whenever the roasted agave just got burnt and very extreme, like caramelized, and just becomes very smoky because of the cooking process. And they started sending it. But if you really notice this is not really smoky. It's,
No, it's got some smoke on the finish for sure, but it is not nearly as smoky as some other mezcals that I have had.
And this is really, really approachable for people that want to ease their way into mezcal.
Right.
I'm going to say orange and lime right off the bat.
There's a lot of citrusy aspects of it. I don't know if you get. I love the lactic and mouthfeel that it has. It's a little bit lactic. The mouthfeel is very full. It coats your mouth if you see it. This comes at 42% ABV.
Yeah.
It just feels like oily and nice and delicious.
Indonesian monk fruit?
Close.
Well, that's cool because I made that up. I don't know if there even is
No.
an Indonesian monk fruit.
Indonesian monk fruit. So it's orange, banana, apple, and peach.
So I can taste a little bit of the banana now that you mention that. I don't
Okay.
know if I would have singled
pulled
it out
that out.
before, but
The way I say is like, think of the fruit profile as something that completes and makes the final outcome, not
But
necessarily.
it's actually like natural banana, not banana flavor.
right,
Yeah.
absolutely, it's not that banana flavor
Right.
like you get in the candies and stuff. Yeah,
Liver
it's
flavor.
actually real banana. I know tequila is like booming right now. Is mezcal booming in the same way?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's becoming more and more popular.
In general, agave spirits are on the rise right now.
We had an interesting agave spirit a few weeks back on the show that tasted like tequila, but as we were examining the bottle, we discovered
It's nowhere
nowhere
said
did it
tequila.
actually say tequila. So
Yeah.
clearly the agave came from other regions, but
Well,
it was actually quite
And
good.
it's also where it has to be produced. It has to be in one of those regions. So
Right.
So-
Well,
Yeah, we assumed it was kind of like the a whole champagne sparkling wine thing.
Yeah.
is
right.
It
Exactly.
just wasn't produced in
yeah,
one of those
typically
regions.
they
but
just
it
call
was-
them tequilanas. Those spirits that are not from that
Say it one more time.
Those non-denominational ones, they
Yep.
sometimes call them tequilana.
Tequilana.
Tequilana. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Or
Well, I'll work on learning how to say that while we're on break, and we'll be right back. It's Smoking and Toasting. Welcome back at Smoking and Toasting. Our show is all about craft beer, fine spirits, and hand-rolled cigars. I'd just like to point out that during the break, Roberto apologized for underpouring me, and it was fine to refill my my little Glencairn here.
He took steps to
Mezcal Loca. Yeah,
to make things right.
That's right. It's not necessarily.
Thanks,
that
ABC.
I just didn't want him to get really, really drunk and start repeating stories.
Well, that never happens on this show, so that would be a first.
Speaking of repeating stories, did you go back to this beer yet?
No, I didn't. In fact, is there any more left? Because I drank all of mine.
No, remember he put it here and he said, "Oh, there's some left over there."
And then he took it back and drank
some.
Wow. It takes all the sweetness out. Not that it was that sweet to begin with, but it takes. I had just a tiny, tiny bit left in my cup. Takes all the sweetness out of the IPA.
But it turns this into an agave bomb.
Yeah.
So, in a good way, even.
I love agave bombs.
What I've loved a lot about Mezcal Local is that roasted agave. It's like super roasted agave, and I think that's contributed a lot by the suspended heart of the piña. So I think that helps a lot.
Now I'm growing an agave plant on my balcony. It was given to me by one of our guests, and it's getting really big. It's looking really nice.
Transplant.
I put it in a much bigger pot, and it's growing. It looks great. It looks very healthy. At what point should I have you over so you can make me some mezcal out of it?
It's going to be about 10 years.
Oh, okay.
Depending on the variety.
Damn it. I'm going to
for
be
example,
thirsty by then.
I'm going to tell you something really cool about mezcal itself. So I feel like mezcal is and tequila in general, and actually any spirit bourbon, I feel like it doesn't get respected enough by people who just go to the bar and shoot and drink and think that
it kills me when I see people doing shots of tequila. I'm like, whoa, slow that roll.
So
sip it, enjoy it.
Their varieties.
People that are doing shots of those things are usually not drinking very good.
Well,
yeah, they're also usually in college.
And even then, if you're taking a shot, let's say of Benchmark, you know how long does it take that oak tree to grow? It's like 40 years.
Right.
So,
Seriously.
In terms of mezcal, these agaves are none less than 10 years old before they get harvested. There are other varieties of agave that take about 30 years to be able to be harvested.
Wow.
So there's a lot of work that goes behind this.
I hope mine's one of the 10-year ones rather than the 30-year ones. Because I can
He's
wait
going to make one very small batch.
I can wait 9 more years. You know what I'm saying? But 29, I don't know.
We need to find a still. You know, it's still illegal to make your own distillate at home.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I did not know that. You can brew at home, but you can't make your own.
But I mean, a lot of people.
Yeah, but they have to get in the house first.
Yeah, but in theory, it's illegal. But I mean, who cares?
Right.
I don't think police are looking for people that are distilling at the house.
Yeah.
I also like the way you say you're growing agave on your balcony as if you were growing marijuana on your balcony.
I tried smoking some of this agave, and it just didn't do much.
It didn't do it for me.
Didn't do much for me.
You got the grow lights and the hydroponic tank and everything.
That's right. Yeah. So with Roberto, one who's obviously doing a great job. I love what you know about this product, and it's really delicious, and I like it, and I will be adding some of this to my bar. But you also have been on the show numerous times to talk to us about cocktails. So I thought it would be interesting to read you a list that I most likely already read last week, but just in case, and you weren't here last week, so we'll go back over it here. According to a survey of bartenders.
I have it scheduled to let you know halfway through that whether you've done that.
Just pass me a note. Yeah, just pass me a note. Like in class, in high school. These are, according to a survey of bartenders, the most underrated modern classic cocktails. And I've never heard of some of these, so I'm interested to see if you are familiar with them. First on the list is the Haitian divorce. You just looked at me like, what in the hell is that? And it doesn't say, by the way,
that's
what
a
that
Steely
is.
Dan song, too.
Upper Decker.
Yeah.
I was like, right away, I was like,
okay. It was the first one on the list. Second one on the list is Old Cuban.
yes.
So you're familiar. So what is an Old Cuban?
I don't remember.
Jesse Arnaz.
But
Desi Arnaz. Okay, that was funny.
Sorry. Yeah,
Terry gets joke of the week this week. Desi Arnaz.
But it is underrated for sure. But
Yeah.
I don't remember the whole build itself.
Well, Old Cuban could also be a cigar I've had in my humidor for a very, very long
couple
time.
years, yeah.
How about Midnight Stinger? Are you familiar with the Midnight Stinger?
No, what is this?
These, according to bartenders, are the most underrated modern classic cocktails. And this is an article out of Vine Pair, which is a pretty reputable.
And they're modern and classic.
Okay, wait. You're
I've
giving me
seen
a
some
little-
weird things from Vine Pair come.
Okay.
Like I've seen some things that are like, what?
All right.
What?
Well, I think you're going to say that again because the next one on the list is King Kenneth.
Who's that guy? Who's that?
I'm not making this up. This is on the list.
I'm pretty sure I got one of those over in the Montrose one time.
I think we're just getting pranked and he made up this list.
I know.
All right. The next one.
Next one's called King Baby Jesus.
So, Ian, this is not the same as last week, right?
So almost as good. Bitter Giuseppe. I swear I'm not making this up.
this is
is the
amazing.
list.
You ever see that show Punked?
Ashton, where are you at?
Those of you, by the way, who've been looking for a good online screen name, some of these are great. King Kenneth,
Yes.
Midnight Stinger, Bitter Giuseppe.
Yes.
How about Pina Verde?
I'm gonna assume that one has mezcal and some sort of pineapple or some. I don't know, but
I would think you would know that one. If
No.
it is,
So it's green pineapple?
all right. How about this? El Camino.
is that a car?
Yes,
That's
it's an
Spanish
amazing
for the
car.
Camino.
I love
Yeah.
that car. My
It
uncle
is-
used to have one.
It
Great
is
uncle used to have
not
one.
only a
the
car,
way.
but it is the really cool sort of what do you call it? It was the thing that was released after Breaking Bad ended.
Yeah.
They released sort of a one-shot episode to sort of wrap up some of the
did
things,
they?
and it was called El Camino.
Oh, how funny.
Yeah.
Wow,
So,
okay.
You
so
know,
it's the name of a good TV
It would
show.
be a
too.
great opportunity, like if it still existed, for like their slogan or like El Camino.
I'd like to point out we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 down on this
Jeez.
list of 9, and Roberto, who I would call you a cocktail expert,
Well, and
has
keep
known
in,
one of them.
keep in mind that I'm not super geeky about like knowing about. I just love making riffs on cocktails sometimes, and I love creating cocktails, but I'm not super nerdy about.
The Haitian divorce.
You know that
Right.
that cocktail that was made on that blah, 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 like. But no,
All right,
this
all
I at least I've heard about this. I've
Yeah.
like, what the hell is this?
Well, the next one may be the best name. I don't know if any of us will know it.
Oh, no.
But it may be the best name on the list. It's called Remember the Alimony. Remember that alimony.
So that's what happens right after the Haitian divorce. Is
Yes,
remember
that's
the
right.
alimony.
Yeah, the Haitian divorce and the old Cuban, and then you remember the alimony.
what? I'm gonna have to go home and look all these
Oh
up.
my goodness.
Finally, last one, Old Maid.
Oh,
The
that
look on
makes
his face.
sense. I mean, it makes sense that that's a drink name, but
Yeah.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah,
I've
Well,
never heard of any of it. And well,
You know,
Cuban,
we have a historic cocktail bar in town, right? Isn't that what
yes,
Anvil
yeah.
is?
Yeah. Well, they're a very creative. Are they historic? I know they're super
Yeah, but
But
creative.
historic drinks, right?
But
Yeah,
that
right.
didn't say historic drinks. It said modern classic. And so
Yeah.
that means modern and it means classic enough that everyone would know it. So I can't, that's what, everything's wrong with that list because modern, we haven't heard of any of them, or classic means that they would be big enough you thought everyone would have heard of it.
Okay.
For example,
So, go ahead.
I can't hold it anymore.
All right. So,
Like that old modern classic, duct tape and shovel.
so
He's
in
looking
this,
it up.
in this
Babaloo.
in this article, they reference several more that aren't on the list. They say some of these modern classics have since risen to worldwide fame, the article says, like Sam Rosso's Penicillin, you know.
Yes,
Yes,
that's
that
see
one
that
has-
that's one of my favorite cocktails. I drink penicillins very often.
So what is in a penicillin?
Blended scotch, and then you have lemon, ginger, honey ginger syrup,
pretty good.
and you top it with a smoky Lafroy scotch or wee beastie from Ardbeg.
How about Paper Plane?
Oh yes, and there's an even better
I've
one.
heard about that one, yeah.
And there's one that I love even more that is called a broken plane.
Ooh.
That you replace the Aperol for Saint Germain.
All right. So at least some of
Yeah.
these that are in the article, but then they went way out there on a limb, apparently.
Yeah,
for
that
the
was
list.
like,
How about Naked and Famous?
yes.
So you're familiar with
Yeah,
these from the
those are
article.
good.
Okay.
And one more, Porn Star Martini.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
what-
that one. So the thing about I did that expression because Porn Star Martini was born when the only passion fruit liqueur available was Passoa, which is a disgusting crap. Pink passion fruit liqueur that tastes like freaking nothing like passion fruit.
How do you feel about this?
It's disgusting.
Noted.
But now we have stuff like Chinola, which is amazing. So now you can make a really delicious.
So you're adding something to a martini
So-
to make it into a porn star
So
martini.
I think we've gone way over time on this segment, Terry, which is your third strike
was this
today.
the second?
Yeah.
I'm on the
Get
second
it together, Terry.
So while he's playing us out with some
Yeah.
music here, I will tell you that the article says that Tom Richter's Haitian divorce. Tom Richter, apparently the bartender that came
That's
up
the
with
one
it.
that I was looking at.
It's got rum, mezcal, and sherry. Says there's so many great layers here for what is essentially a loose Sazerac riff.
2 dashes of Angostura bitters, it says too.
Yeah. So anyway, interesting article, Vine Pair. Check it out if you want to look for a new screen name for when you're online playing games. We have to take a break that we should have taken minutes ago, and we'll be back with drinking news. It's Smoking and Toasting. Welcome back. It's Smoking and Toasting. Our program is all about craft beer, fine spirits, and hand-rolled cigars, and we're enjoying some fine spirits today. Mezcal Local, we will come back and talk about that a little
really
more,
good.
and we will also be tasting some stout, some blended stout. It's Sir Blinds-a-Lot number 5 from Mikerphone Brewing, and we'll get to that momentarily. But first, it's time for the most popular segment on the show. It's a little thing we call Drinking News.
Drinking news, drinking news. Now it's time for drinking news. Florida man with one arm said he had a gator for a pet. When asked about his absent arm, he said,
I had to take the gator to the bed. JD.
drinking news, drinking news. Now it's time for drinking news.
Cheers, y'all. By the way, I just wanted to mention before we get started on drinking news that this week I became aware of a video game that has 2 characters. There's 2 playable characters, Yuka and Laylee.
Wow.
And I thought that was pretty cool. I thought,
nice.
that's,
What game is
that's
this?
something you. I don't remember the name. Okay. I just remember Yuka and Laylee. I think it's called Yuka Laylee something, but I'll have to go and
Nice.
look. But on to drinking news. We begin today's drinking news, which, by the way, drinking news is where we bring you a story that is from the news. It's not a parody story. It's something that allegedly really happened. And it is a story that sometimes, but not always, involves drinking, but is always best enjoyed if you've been drinking. And we have certainly been doing that today, especially since I got my mezcal refilled. So we begin today's drinking news with a warning for those of you who either live or may at any time visit our favorite drinking news state. That's right, we're talking Florida. If you're in a shop in the Sunshine State that sells trinkets, baubles, and beachwear, and there are literally thousands of these kinds of shops in Florida, you might want to be careful about any clothing items that you buy, because they may have been peed on by Benson Boone's people.
What?
In case you're not familiar with Benson Boone, he's a relatively new music artist that has shot to fame in the last year thanks to some very successful and very whiny pop songs, and the fact that he can do extremely acrobatic backflips, which he demonstrates on stage while performing.
Yeah, so could David Lee Roth.
You know,
Hey,
back-
you know, when you do backflips, it makes your music better.
well, yeah, I mean, you know, backflips like Robert Plant used to do right before the conclusion of Black Dog when Led Zeppelin played live, or like Stevie Wonder always did during the break in Boogie on Reggae Woman.
That's right.
I'm kidding,
Middle
of
of Sir
course.
Duke.
I'm kidding, of course. You know who does backflips? Not rock stars, circus people. I'm just saying. Anyway, the reason we bring all this up is that a Florida visitor
Florida a tourist.
39-year-old Tyler Capehart was observed entering the surf-style shop in Clearwater last week and walking up to the second floor. Workers then noticed him via CCTV standing between racks of clothing for an extended period of time. After Capehart walked away from the merchandise,
Did he stand in a manner of what was that story we had in a manner
I know what you're referencing, but I
Alluding
don't.
to that,
Yeah. Consistent with urination?
Consistent with
urination, that was it.
Yes.
I don't know, but after he walked away from the merchandise, a manager, and I'm quoting here, observed the clothing and floor to be covered in urine.
Oh.
The store's manager says the clothing is unable to be sold and total property damages are just under $700.
Can't you just watch it?
Now, Capehart, who, according to police, appeared intoxicated. Oh, really?
No.
And said that he had consumed both alcohol and marijuana. And while he said he didn't recall relieving himself in the store,
Wow.
he did list his employer on the arrest report as Benson Boone.
Wow.
Capehart is apparently a camera operator for Boone's live performances, which would mean that he has to keep a close eye on Benson Boone at all times during the show in case he decides to do a backflip. You know, you got to make sure you get that on camera. So maybe that doesn't give you as many bathroom breaks as you should probably
You remember
have.
that
Wow.
there was
Oh, I know where you're going with this.
a commercial years ago that
Oh,
was
I
like,
thought-
who cares if you can get a home run? Can you, or not a home run? Who cares if you can get a touchdown? Can you dance? And it was like,
And you dance.
Well, either way, be wary of damp clothing when shopping for your beach outfit
not so bueno.
in Florida. But our main story on today's Drinking News takes us north of the border to the frozen tundra of British Columbia, where a Canadian man
Canadian man.
was arrested recently for driving with a suspended driver's license. An unmarked Royal Canadian Mounted Police cruiser pulled over the Canadian man named Casper Lincoln.
Do you know why I pulled you over, eh?
He was sporting aviator glasses as he was cruising down 15th Avenue in Prince George, British Columbia, at about 3 miles per hour in a tiny plastic pink Barbie Jeep.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Lincoln told the Mounties that he had borrowed the toy car, built for kids ages 3 to 7, from his roommate's child to go on a Slurpee run with his friend because he got lazy and didn't want to walk, he
Were
said.
there two people in the car?
No, the friend was just walking alongside. He also told officers that he had no idea he was breaking the law, saying, I was using the hand signals and everything. Turns out that the Canadian man, in addition to having a suspended license, failed 2 breathalyzer tests due to his inebriation.
But does that count as driving?
I'm confused. Is that a DUI?
Does that count as driving?
Because of course he did.
Yeah, I mean,
Because
you
It's
can
not a registered vehicle.
you can get a DUI on a bicycle.
Oh,
Yeah, but a bicycle is an actual vehicle.
Well, Kyra Lee, who's a Canadian lawyer, told reporters, you're required to have a driver's license in British Columbia if you're operating any motorized vehicle on the roadway. That includes skateboards, toy cars, Barbie cars, anything like that. It's required to have a license and insurance.
wow.
Now, I'm not sure.
Now you're
Which is funny.
screwed.
Now,
That they call it motorized, but a skateboard is not motorized.
I'm not sure where you. Well,
are motorized
there are some
skateboards.
Yeah,
motorized.
they're like
skateboards.
the scooters and stuff.
I know what you mean now.
I'm not sure where you'd keep the proof of insurance in a Barbie Jeep, but apparently that's the law. It's really quite difficult to justify driving a kiddie car just to get a Slurpee. But that didn't stop the Canadian
Should
man
have just driven it on the sidewalk.
from offering a number of excuses to the arresting officers. And as we're known to do here on Drinking News, we've managed to compile some of those excuses into another of our scintillating and not at all requested Drinking News top 5 lists. And despite the impact that it could have on U.S.-Canadian relations, which are not in the best place right now already, I'm going to share that list with you here. Appreciate that you're already giving me a little top 5 list music. I appreciate that. This would be the top 5 excuses that may or may not have been given by Casper Lincoln for driving to get a Slurpee in a borrowed Barbie Jeep that's designed for 3-year-olds. Top 5 excuses. Here we go. Number 5. I had no choice, officer. The Batmobile is in the shop. And number 4, would you agree to look the other way if I were to give you Barbie's phone number? Number 3, I was just pretending it was a regular-sized car, and I am the amazing Colossal Man. Number 2, hey, look, if Ken didn't want me to take this, he shouldn't have left the keys sitting out in Barbie's dream house foyer. And the number 1 excuse for driving a Barbie Jeep to 7-Eleven for a delicious Slurpee in Canada, number 1, look, you hosers, I really wanted an electric car, and Teslas are just too damned expensive.
Yes.
Reporting live from Prince George, British Columbia, Canada, where clearly the Barbie Jeep is not the correct vehicle to drive when you decide to go oot and a boot.
Oot and a boot.
My name is Cruz, and that, my friends, is your...
Drinking news, drinking news. That's our time for drinking news, eh?
Cheers, y'all. Hey, cheers, y'all. By the way, look this story up. Google it.
Yes.
Because the picture, the accompanying picture of him driving the Barbie
I bet it's
Jeep
amazing.
is just awesome.
Oh.
It's this huge guy just crunched into a little Barbie Jeep. It's awesome.
That's crazy.
It's awesome. So back to beverages, which we've been consuming here on the program. I'm really enjoying, by the way, this mezcal. It's very, very good.
Thank you.
And it's one of those things that, like, and I don't mean this as a joke, but like the more you sip on this, the better it gets. The more the flavors kind of open up to you, and you get a sense of
And you know
this
what's-
being a really quality beverage.
And you know what's really cool? I can totally picture anybody being able to. You can be just outside grilling, and that mezcal is still so refreshing. And
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Now I don't know exactly how this is going to go with our final beer.
let me see if I
Because our final beer is from Mikerphone Brewing. It's the Sir Blendzalot number 5. It's a blended Imperial Stout, and it'll tell you on the bottle the different stouts they used and blended for
I
this.
can
If
yell
you
that.
look, Oh, well,
It
thank you, sir.
says
I just
the
need a-
blend Imperial Stout aged for 32 months in W.L. Weller wheated bourbon barrel. Imperial Rye Stout aged for 37 months in a Willet rye whiskey barrel. And Imperial Stout aged for 40 months in a Buffalo Trace bourbon barrel.
Interesting.
It's coming in at a slight 15.75%.
Oh, that's all. That's all.
That's
So,
nothing.
this is Ian's like, give me my inner tube and let's head for the river.
We need
I
to
told
get you
you, I
some
sat
new
out-
activities.
I sat out next to the river the other day drinking dragon's milk. It was quite lovely.
I
Well-
love Dragon's Milk so much.
Right off the bat, this has got a big
Yes.
nose. Like,
It's a very bourbony nose, too.
yes, it is, and it's making me expect
Like
this
a
to
lot
be
of times you get more
quite-
coffee and you get more chocolate and things like that, but this is
the
very
bourbon,
bourbon.
smacks you in the nose
Yeah.
with bourbon, and kind of has that promise that this is going to be very intoxicating. Wow.
Just like me.
I wonder if it's
pretty
going to be.
darn good.
I wonder if it's going to be too much bourbon from the nose. Like,
No, it's
I
pretty
already
darn
tasted
good.
it. It's phenomenal.
The aftertaste is so good.
oh wow, that
There's
goes
so
down
many different
nice and
things
easy.
happening.
Oh,
But you know what? The first
German
sip that,
chocolate cake.
yeah, the first sip that I had was a little bit. I was like, wait, what's happening? And then the second one, that's when it really opened up in my palate. Right, the first one is kind of like a little bit of a
You're
palate
right.
shocker.
You're right. The second one is just like, wow, what is
Yeah.
going on in this finish?
All right, so when you take a sip after that, when you take a sip of the Mezcal Local, it turns it into a chocolate bomb.
In a mezcal into a
It
chocolate
turns
bomb?
it into a spicy chocolate bomb. It's
And brings out-
freaking delicious.
And brings out a
Wow.
lot of the funky elements of
You
the
are so
mezcal.
right.
Yes.
I wouldn't have attributed chocolate to this at all.
It
But it
forms a lot
totally
like
does.
a tall mechanical character that we know of.
And Terry's got one behind him. We were gonna put this on camera in the show, and I guess we forgot to do it. But
Unacceptable.
we were gonna put this on camera during the show and just not explain why. But because I thought that would be funny.
put him there.
But Terry is now putting him
It,
there.
it forms like Voltron.
It's
that's right.
Voltron, ladies and gentlemen.
Is that a remote control Voltron that actually rolls around on its own wheels?
plugs
It is.
in.
It actually rolls on some wheel. It just rolls. It rolls forward and then it goes backwards and turns when it goes backwards. It's got
Ian
front
is
and
so
back.
jealous of you right now, Terry.
I love it.
Yes, I got this as a Christmas present one
and
year.
Voltron's already knocking
He's already
over
knocking it
the.
over.
Yeah, that's what he does.
But that's Voltron.
He causes
Voltron.
he causes chaos wherever he goes. Wow! And I think
The
our
Voltron.
twirligig stopped working.
Okay, so
now
coming
for the weight of
back
Voltron.
from the mezcal to the beer turns it into a vanilla bomb,
Oh, I'm gonna like this because
Oh.
I'm a vanilla fan. So
like vanilla and a slight bourbon aftertaste.
Oh yeah.
I don't take a lot of cues from the Canadian band Bare Naked Ladies, but they did say, and correctly, that vanilla is the finest of the flavors. So I'll echo that.
Actually, you can't go wrong in either direction on this
Yeah.
pairing. This is so good.
It's so good.
And I'm going to be honest, I did not know how these two would pair.
Right.
Like, if we were drinking a bourbon, I would think, oh, this would be like
A
great.
bourbon could be
Yeah.
a little scary, right?
Yeah,
It could. This is really nice how well they blend.
And tequila sometimes has a little of those chocolate undertones to it.
It can.
But this, I didn't get
Yeah,
any
turns it
chocolate
right
until
into a chocolate bomb.
we paired these, and it's wonderful.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I got to tell you, this works.
Yeah.
Mezcal Local, is this available around the country,
Yeah,
or is
yeah,
it
it's
only
Total
in Texas?
Wines. It's available in Total Wines, and we have it in Specs, Twin Liquor.
And outside of
Longhorn.
Texas, can you find this outside
Total
of Texas?
Wine.
Yeah, Total Wine. Okay. Well, it's really good. What does a bottle like this one sell for?
Retail is gonna be about $35 to $37.
It's
Well
extremely reasonable. Extremely reasonable. And as Ian said, well worth it.
Yeah.
Because some of the artisanal mezcals that I have bought so we could try them on the show here were in the $60
Yeah.
range. I mean, you can very easily pay twice what that cost is for.
And the bottle is beautiful. It's made from 100% recycled glass.
Oh, very nice.
Made, handcrafted by hand blown.
It looks like, and it looks so cool because of that. It looks like it.
You even have that recycled logo.
I'm digging it.
Very small batch.
All right, we are going to take a break, and we'll be back to talk just a little bit more about this mezcal and why it's a chocolate bomb after you have the Sir Blends a Lot number 5.
Sir blends a lot.
Be right back. It's Smoking and Toasting. Welcome back. It's Smoking and Toasting. Our show is all about craft beer, fine spirits, and hand-rolled cigars. Their final segment. And before we get out of here, I just wanted to pass this along to you guys. Very interesting article. How to sip a Guinness like you've done it 1,000 times.
Now you're being
I got it.
funny.
Wait,
I got it.
did we already do that one? Did we do that last week? I'm sorry. All right. Did you guys hear about Coors Light? They put out a deodorant. Did I do that one? Okay. Maybe not. Okay. I have no more material. Man, this beer is good.
Remember, when you have nothing else to say, beer good.
Beer is good.
That's absolutely right. Absolutely right. I mean, there's so much we can get into. How to spot fake Cubans, the $15 whiskey that bartenders inside secret. I have all this stuff. We just don't have time to get into it in this
Dude.
final
Oh,
segment.
so I got something we could talk about real quick.
Okay.
My friend Roberto over here has been doing a little bit of a series on Instagram.
Oh, I just started it. I took a little break because I was trying to get my stuff together with Mezcal Local and doing some. But I started a new series called Budget Bangers.
Oh,
awesome.
I like this. So I take it you're talking about like spirits and stuff that are
Talking
relatively
about when you're
affordable.
drinking out.
Like whenever you go somewhere and how to find good deals. For example, in the first episode, I went to a concert at 713 Music Hall.
Oh, good luck
I went-
finding anything under $30 in
Well,
the drink area.
You
there.
gotta go watch
Listen
that
to
video.
that.
You
It's
gotta go watch that
crazy.
video.
Yeah.
At Rob. Spirit Box on Instagram.
That's right.
Spirit
Rob
box.
dot the
Okay,
Spirit Box.
Rob. The
Instagram.
Spirit Box. Well, I will go because I had a really, really enjoyable IPA the last time I went to a show there that was $28. So no, it wasn't, but it was expensive.
I think it's a really interesting thing because someone who knows about drinks and stuff, if you watch this, then you're spending, $20 or $25, but you're getting the most bang for your buck in those things.
I'm not gonna tell you the ins and outs so you watch it, but imagine that I told you that I had 2 regular 12-ounce size beers and a Jack Daniel's pour for $23.
2 beers and a Jack Daniel's pour?
For
That's what I'm talking
$23.
about.
Yeah, no, okay. I will be watching it
that
because,
much?
man, when you go to concerts these days, they just zing it because they
Oh
know
yeah,
you're
one
not.
beer is $23.
I was a little,
Yeah.
I was a little amazed because I went to a show the other night at Bayou City, and I happened to know one of the bartenders there, an old friend of mine named Bobby, and I was like, hey, how much is the whiskey? And he starts quoting some of the prices. I was like, that's crazy. He goes, but we have well whiskey too. I was like, what's the well whiskey? And he pulls out a bottle of George Dickel 8-year bourbon. I was like,
Oh yeah, I'll have the have the well.
I guess
whiskey.
we're going well whiskey.
Well, yeah, so that's a good thing. I remember distinctly, it was about 2 years ago, I was at a concert out at the amphitheater, and every major city has one of these
Right.
amphitheaters.
Yeah, and Houston shouldn't ever have an amphitheater at all. Just want to put that out there.
Yeah, exactly,
It's too
because
hot ever.
it's too hot until
Yes.
it's like December.
Yes.
But I was at one of those hot shows, and I remember I was going up to the stand to pay, to overpay for beer, which I did because I really wanted a beer, and I just happened to ask the server, who was very nice. I said, you guys get these tips, right? Because they give me, and she actually says to me, no.
That's super.
What?
They do not get the tips.
Where was this at?
This was at the amphitheater. I'm not going to name it because I don't want to get.
Well, that's
there's
highly
only-
illegal. That's very illegal.
no, she said that the company keeps the tips that they don't.
Really?
That they don't go to.
I feel
So
like-
I ask that question now at every time I'm at like a show or a
Now,
theater. Or
I
anything.
have known-
Do you guys get these tips? Because I really believe in tipping.
Yeah, no.
People.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I'm a huge believer in
and
that.
and it's super illegal.
And I
Now,
tip
also,
well.
I have known out there at the amphitheater that they do sometimes have people go work a particular stand as a fundraiser. And I have seen that happen for
but
fundraisers.
but
for
you as a
things.
company still can't keep the tips.
that's-
Right. I'm not going to say what company this was a fundraiser for, but its initials are Live Nation. And I think, and by the way, if they want to sue me, go for it, because they're wrapped up in so many lawsuits right now.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to bother with smoking and toasting. But, dude, you can't keep the tips. That's not
crazy.
cool.
That's
Not
crazy.
That's insane.
cool.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And, again, this is what I was told.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying
yeah,
it's
you're
an
not- yeah.
absolute fact, but yeah, I was so bummed out. And so
If
now
the
I ask that
bartender
every
tells
time.
you that they're not getting the tips,
Yeah.
then why tip?
Why tip?
Well, fortunately,
Don't tip.
I never
Yeah.
carry cash, but I had a $5 kind of strapped to my wallet, so I handed it to the bartender who got to keep it,
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
assume. But yeah, if you're doing it on the card, yeah. And we could spend a whole show talking about tipping culture and how it's gotten like way out of hand.
Oh, man.
And they're asking you to tip at places that I don't think
Everything.
Tips. Yeah, I don't
And they
think
When
don't
you
even
walk
have-
up to the counter and you're doing counter service,
Yeah.
and they want you to tip for what?
And
Yeah,
they don't even have 15% as a choice anymore. It's 18 plus.
Oh yeah, and next thing you know, you're gonna be asked for a tip at Luby's cafeteria.
Yeah.
Where you're,
I put no tip.
Yeah.
If I'm getting my own drinks and no one serve, the only thing they ever do is give me a number that I take to my table and drop my food at my table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, if as somebody that I kind of came up through this, working at a lot of nightclubs. I was a DJ. I wasn't a bartender, but all the bartenders were my friends, and that's where I learned to be a really good tipper. And really take care of your bartenders and your waitresses and people. But I don't know that I need to take care of. Here's my biggest problem with it, and I know we're going to go long in this segment, but my biggest problem with it is if we as consumers continue to tip people who aren't really performing a service, all that does is empower their employers to underpay them.
The
Yeah.
business model
Right.
is a problem. though,
Right.
Whenever they open
Exactly. And I feel bad for the people doing the work, but if we continue to tip them, we allow their employers to go, yeah, I don't need to pay them that much. They're getting tips.
Yeah.
And it's like, but they shouldn't be getting tips. because I spooned my own pork and beans onto my own platter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I just we could, like I said, we could spend a whole show on that, but we won't because I'm way too happy with this mezcal locale to get into something irritating
good.
like that. It really is. Roberto, thank you very much.
Thank you for having me, guys.
I hope this works out well for you, and I hope you guys get the recognition you deserve because this is one of my
Absolutely.
favorite mezcals that I've ever had.
Yeah, it's growing a lot. We have a lot of business in Europe, Mexico, here in the United States. So
Well, at $30-ish a bottle, that's a great buy.
Yeah, it's
and
really
I will
good.
be picking some up soon. Have a great week, my friends. We appreciate you being here for Smoking and Toasting. Ian, not to put you on the spot, but anything you can tell us about upcoming episodes?
Not
guests?
at the moment, but I'll have some more news next week.
Fair enough.
something
We'll
not
look forward to
repeated,
that.
please.
Yeah, somebody other than Roberto. I'm have a great week, my
We're
friends.
just going to have Roberto on until somebody else decides to come
As
on.
we like to say, cheers,
Cheers,
y'all.
y'all.
Cheers,
It's
y'all.
like, we ran out of guests. I'm going to make the same dumbass again.
Sweet little honey, your smile's the